If you're somebody who's dealing with imposter syndrome, comparison syndrome, and perfectionism, then you want to be part of today's conversation. Hi everyone, my name is Patel and I am all about self-worth and abundance. My life is all about helping people create more joy and abundance in areas of love, life, and all things money. All right, so if you want to connect with me on Instagram, I will be sharing some more hints and tips in there. I'll really appreciate your company on Instagram. So let's get to it. Imposter syndrome, perfectionism, and comparing yourself with others. What is that all about? Well, the reason why we experience that, and I've experienced that for many, many years, is because I'm really actually not connected to who I am. All right, what does that mean? It means that I'm constantly looking at what everyone else is doing and who they're being, and not really connected to who I am, what I want, what my goals are, what my purpose is, what lights me up, and I'm thinking that everyone else out there is having their best life, and the reason I'm thinking that is because actually I'm not focusing on my path and what I want to do. All right. Now, if that's you, then really take that on. I want you to really start thinking about, to really create for yourself a self-image, a goal plan of who is it that you want to be, and then also the life that you want to create for yourself. Okay. So that's really, really important. The starting point always is, what is it that you want in your life? What are the goals that you want? A lot of the time, we don't even know what we want. And when we don't know what we want, we're starting to feel jealous or resentment towards people with what they have, because we don't have that, but we don't even want that, right? So really get clear on what is it that you want for yourself. What kind of life do you want to have? What kind of success do you want to have? What is it that you want to achieve for you in your future? When you know that, you're going to be on your way. You're going to have like a roadmap to your life, all right? So that's number one reason why all of that kind of kicks in, okay, is because we're not clear on what we want. And then also the next part is actually, how are we connecting to ourselves, like our mind, our heart, and who we are? And that has to do with the self-image that you have of yourself. Is that, when you're comparing yourself to somebody else, the self-image you have of yourself is that I'm not good enough. All right. When you're comparing yourself to somebody else, that's what you're thinking, is that actually they're better than you. All right. And how do you even measure if somebody's better than you anyway? There's not even a blueprint, all right, of what, perfect should be, right? There's no blueprint. Okay. And then when you're experiencing imposter syndrome, it's because you're feeling, when you're disconnected from yourself, you're feeling like you're actually not really who you could declare yourself to be. So it's so important that we do the work around our self-image. And when we're creating our self-image and we're getting connected to ourselves, there's 3 questions that you want to ask, all right, to really help you. The first question is, what is it that I think of myself? All right, what is it that I think of myself? What is the image that I have of myself right now? Right? The second question is, what is it that I think other people think of me? What is their perception of me right now? And you will never know that fully unless you actually ask them. But that's a question to consider. Okay, you might even want to get some feedback. All right, and then for sure. All right. Actually, I really love this kind of 360-degree feedback. I do every kind of 18 months or so. I do that exercise with people in my life. I'll ask 8 different people these questions around my strengths and my weaknesses. We'll do another video about that. But really to get some feedback from them about, what they think my strengths and weaknesses are, all right, to get a real clarity around, okay, what is it that people do really, how do people really see me, all right? But you will never know that until you ask. And then the third question is what is my ideal self, all right? Is what is the ideal image that you want to have of you? Like, how do you want to be? How do you want to create yourself to be? When we don't have that ideal self-image, we're just all over the place. We're doing life on autopilot, all right? There's no intentionality, there's no set routines, there's no consistency in anything, and we're just showing up like chaos all over the place. There's no order to our lives, All right. And also as well, I want to talk a little bit about integrity. All right. A lot of the time when we talk about integrity, we think that, you know what, it's about being who we say we are, but being who we say we are for others. Like if you promise somebody that you're going to do something, you will do anything to make sure that you did that thing for other people. But how many times have you broken promises to yourself? How many times do you go out of integrity with yourself? Like you say you're going to go and work out, or you say you're going to achieve a goal in your health, right? Or in your finances, or in your work, or with your relationship with your partner, or with your children. You say you're going to do something, right? But then you don't do it. You know, how many times do you say that you're gonna, you know, get up and go and take that run in the morning, and then you don't do it? You know, how many times do you tell yourself you're gonna go and get that massage, and then you don't do it? So I really want you to think about, like, you know, where have you gone out of integrity with yourself, right? Now, the reason I'm talking about integrity is because you go out of integrity with yourself is because you feel you're not important enough for you to go and deliver on your word. All right, the word that you gave to yourself, you don't do it because you don't feel you're important, and subconsciously you tell yourself, I'm not important, I'm not worthy of delivering or having that thing that I said I would give to myself, right? That everyone else is more important to, you know, that I deliver for them, but actually I'm not important enough to deliver for myself. Now you have all these incompletions in your life, and you're walking around feeling like you're not worthy. Yeah, like you're not important. But who's created that? You created that, because you create yourself to not be important. Right? Just take a few seconds just to think about that. All right? Now the homework for you is going to be to write down an integrity list, an out of integrity list in your health, in your relationships, in your home, in your, you know, in your life. What's a book that you said you was going to read that you didn't read it? You know, what is the health that you said you wanted to achieve that you haven't achieved it? Whatever that is. I remember this one time, I was delivering a workshop, and this girl, basically she shared, right, that I said that I was going to be vegan, right? And I told everyone around me that I was vegan, and she said, and then I would quietly go and eat a ham sandwich. All right. So, you know, she was out of integrity with herself, and she was like, why do I do that? Ask yourself, why are you doing that? Why are you going out of integrity with yourself? It's because subconsciously you feel you don't deserve that next level of life. All right. So stop telling yourself you're not important, all right, subconsciously, and start really creating this identity. Why don't you deserve to have the best life, the best health, the best, you know, whatever that self-care thing is for you? Why don't you deserve to go and have the massage on the day that you want it? Why don't you deserve that? Okay, so why don't you deserve the job that you want at the pay that you want? How many times have you accepted a job at a lesser pay? How many times have you put what you needed to do during your break because your boss said he needed you for something, when you knew that you actually, you know, you planned something in, but you put what you wanted aside to go and help somebody else? So all of these incompletions and all of this out of integrity, you're walking around feeling like, you know, not worthy enough. All right. And you creating this self-image, this ideal self-image of who you want to be, is going to really have you be connected over here to what you want, your desires and your goals. And when you do that, imposter syndrome, that, you know, that kind of comparison syndrome, that wanting to be perfect for other people continuously, you know, it will all start to kind of, you know, break away from you. It's never going to totally go away, because there will always be a next step or a next level for you to work on. But at least, you know, it won't be having such a hold on you right now, you know. And you don't have to live your life to please other people, right? There's another video out there around people pleasing that I want you to have a look at, if that's something that you're doing, which will really help you start focusing more on what's important and right for you. Okay, so I hope you got so much out of today's conversation, and if you did, please make sure you subscribe to my channel, and also like the video. Obviously, by you liking the video, it helps us reach more and more people and serve more people together as well. See you on the next video.